Hey guys, Shadow Reviewer here. Well, I've reached 30k views, and my apologies for not getting this video out earlier. I had some stuff to do at home, so without any further ado, let's get into it. And by the measly votes, the topic I'm going to be talking about is my top 10 favorite Pokemon of all time. I wanted to post this after my first Pokemon video, so I just wanted to keep the Pokemon Renaissance going. So, let's get into it. Number 10, Phanpy. This thing is just damn adorable. From the cute nature of how he or she says her name, liking Pikachu's electric attacks, and consider it's a ground type. There's not a lot to say about it. Phanpy's adorable. Its love for Ash during the Johto series is one of the cutest things ever. And becoming more badass as Phanpy evolves into Dolphin. So overall, I like Phanpy. Cutest little ground type Pokemon I've ever seen. Number 9, Beautifly. Well, it's in its name, and it's damn beautiful. So, from the way Beautifly extends its wings to how it says its name, and yeah, half bug, half flying type, beautifully displayed. Mostly during contests. May has her Beautifly participate in the Slateport City and the Fallout Town contests. Beautifly even teamed up with Bulbasaur during the Hoenn Grand Festival. May even used Beautifly against Zoe's Glameow during the Wallace Cup, which was freaking cool. You even got Aaron and Elite Four member Aaron reunite with his Beautifly to go up against Cynthia. It didn't work well, but hey, what are you gonna go for? I mean, my favorite attack from Beautifly is pretty much Silver Wind, and it's a beautiful move. So overall, I like Beautifly. It's in the name, and it doesn't lie. Excuse the noise. Excuse the noise again. Number 8, Milotic. Well, they did say that Milotic is among one of the beautiest Pokemon in the majority of the universe, and it doesn't lie. Milotic is considered not just a beautiful Pokemon, but one of the most powerful. I mean, all the best trainers have used this Pokemon. Wallace, who's top coordinator, Robert during the Hoenn region, who became top coordinator with this Milotic. I remember when I was playing Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Cynthia had a Milotic, which was freaking hard to beat. Even gym leaders used a Milotic. Mostly Juwan, the 8th Hoenn gym leader. And yeah, I generally like Milotic. Pretty much, it's water-based attacks. And for one, remember, it can use Twister, I think. Iron Tail, and just the way Milotic just gradually splashes across the water. It's a beautiful ass Pokemon, and given that it evolved from a tiny little Feebas, that's saying a lot. So yeah, I generally like Milotic. Beautiful ass Pokemon. Again, the greatest used it. Juwan, Robert, Wallace, and of course Cynthia. I like Milotic, plain and simple. And I hope you heard all that. Number 7, Roserade. Yeah, I generally love Roserade's design. To think it came from a Badoo who evolved into a Roselia into a Roserade. I love its really cool grass type moves, mostly Grass Knot and Weather Ball. And yeah, there are two trainers who use this Pokemon, that be Gym Leader Gardenia and of course Cynthia again. Game in Brilliant Diamond canonically. I mean, Roserade looks so graceful. Honestly, I love its hands, the way it uses. It feels like beautiful roses coming out of its hands. It's beautifully done. I generally love the unicity of how Roserade does it. So I generally love Roserade's design. It looks freaking cool. And that's all I can say about it. Number 6, Garchomp. Yeah, only one trainer uses this Pokemon, and it's not hard to see why. I mean, Garchomp, part dragon, part ground type, Jeeves, is a powerhouse. Draco Mew, Dragon Claw, Giga Impact, Dragon Rush. But Jesus. And yeah, Cynthia is the only one that uses this Pokemon. I mean, it's her signature Pokemon when she goes up against a trainer or Team Galactic. And it's pretty much said that Garchomp is one of the strongest Pokemon in the region, and it's not hard to see why. I mean, he looks pretty intimidating. So yeah, badass Pokemon. And given that no one's ever defeated Cynthia's Garchomp, apart from Ash, still a legit badass. Number 5, Plusle and Minun. Yeah, I'm kind of cheating on this one because it's two Pokemon with the same entry. Well, one, it's like peanut butter or jelly. One can't exist without the other. And Plusle and Minun are no exception. Two cute little electric Pokemon that, for some reason, have math equations on their cheeks. Makes me wonder what they have for the other ones. Multiplication, division. Makes me wonder. And for all I know, the one trainer that uses these two is Ursula, Dawn's contest rival. And yeah, it's not hard to see how freaking adorable they are. And the most powerful move being Encore, a move that's pretty much impossible to break unless the opponent attacks each other. But yeah, I didn't like Plusle and Minun. They look adorable together. And I wish we could have seen more of these kind. Unlike with a later entry. Link. Number 4, Sceptile. Excuse that, I am terribly sorry. Yeah, Sceptile is pretty badass. And pretty much one of Ash's strongest Hoenn Pokemon. If not one of his strongest Pokemon, period. And yeah, the only two I know of course, Ash and I think Sawyer used this Pokemon during the series. And yeah, seeing Sceptile's journey from a cute little Trico to a badass Sceptile is just freaking awesome. From using Leaf Blade to Solar Beam to Pound and pretty much everything in between. I mean, this Sceptile especially, Ash's Sceptile, took down a freaking Darkrai. If that's not badass to make high on this list, there's nothing that could top it. I mean, a Sceptile taking down a legendary. That's badass in my book. Kind of makes me wonder why Sceptile wasn't used earlier during that fight. So yeah, Sceptile's freaking awesome. And it's hard to say why. Wow, Sceptile is awesome. Sorry. Number 3, Eevee. Yeah, it's not surprising Eevee's on this list, and given that subtle wink I said earlier. I wish there was more Eevee evolutions down the line. I mean, Eevee could pretty much evolve into different forms of fire. I mean, Fire-type Flareon, Electric-type Jolteon, Fairy-type Sylveon, Ice-type Glaceon, Water-type Vaporeon, Grass-type Leafeon, Psychic-type Espeon, and Dark-type Umbreon. I mean, that's a lot of evolutions, and I wish there was more. And yeah, Eevee's just damn adorable, regardless of which one. I mean, the ones I generally know that had an Eevee is May, and her Eevee evolved into a Glaceon. And from the manga series, Red I think had an Eevee, and his evolved into an Espeon. But that's all I know. Oh, and oh yeah, that's right. I've forgotten about Serena, who's evolved into a Sylveon, and Chloe I think had an Eevee as well, but I'm not sure which Eevee evolved into what. So overall, I generally like Eevee. Different evolution lines, damn adorable, and yeah, the scene where each Eevee meets all of its evolution lines is freaking fun. So yeah, it's in my top 3. But that's pretty high praise even for my book. The noise in the background. Number 2, Lucario. I generally like Lucario. I mean, there are so many trainers who've had this Pokemon, and they're all freaking cool. -1, I'll get to that. I mean, Lucario's so cool, he even got his own damn movie. Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. There's no hard to say why. Lucario's freaking awesome. I mean, Ash has got a Lucario, Jumelina Maylene's got a Lucario, Cynthia's got a Lucario in the games. Who else? Karina from the Kalos region's got a Lucario, which is a Mega Lucario, by the way. Awesome. And unfortunately, Cameron. Yeah, you all remember Cameron from the Unova region, the one that bet Ash on a technicality, which was so dumb. But yeah, a lot of cool people got a Lucario, except that one person again. But the rest of them is top notch. I love Lucario. Interesting, mysterious, and that aura sphere, amazing. Even his evolution, even his previous evolved form, Riolu, is adorable in so many ways. So overall, I love Lucario. But there is one that I generally love the most. And I bet you're wondering what my number 1 pick is. Well, let's take a look and find out, shall we? And my number 1 favorite Pokemon of all time is Infernape. Now, Flint does have this Pokemon. Yeah, he's a member of the Elite Four. But Ash pretty much has the best Infernape ever. And yes, he was originally Paul's Pokemon when it was a Chimchar, which also freaking cool. So yeah, Infernape pretty much has one of the coolest storylines for a Pokemon in the series to date. Chimchar, abandoned by Paul because it was weak, eventually joined Ash on his journey, but over time, Chimchar, its special ability Blaze, pretty much let him lose control of himself. That's a lot of storyline, and it did not get better when it evolved into Monferno. It even got worse. But when it evolved into Infernape, that's where the cool stuff gets there. But it lost control of Blaze again until, well, Ash made a connection with him and Infernape got control of Blaze completely. And honestly, the scene where Infernape and Electivire face each other in the Sinnoh Lake is freaking awesome. Honestly, that was probably the most satisfying victory ever. And considering that Infernape took half of Paul's Pokemon down, that's a lot saying that. I don't know, it's just... Infernape is just cool to me. And yes, Chimchar was my starter Pokemon when I played Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. And it's not hard to see why. Infernape is cool. His powers are cool. Flare Blitz is my favorite attack to pull off. And the series gave him one of the coolest storylines ever. So I consider Infernape my favorite Pokemon of all time. And I don't think it's gonna change my mind anytime soon. And that's the end of the video, folks. I am terribly sorry about the noises. I can't control what happens out there. So I hope you got the gist of my video down pat. So my apologies for the constant noises and me trying to speak up louder. So give me a thumbs up, like a comment, and subscribe, and I hope to get more videos out like this. Tomorrow I'll be looking at Pokemon Season 1, Episode 5, Showdown in Pure City. Until then, I'm the Shadow Reviewer, signing off.